This is section 5.3, solving percent problems using equations. Our objective today is to use equations to solve problems involving percent. So the percent equation, you can represent A is P percent of B using the equation A equals P percent times B. A is the part and B is the base or the whole. P percent is the percent as a decimal. So our percent has to be written as a decimal in this. So a ski resort in New Hampshire begins the season with 60% of its trails open. There are 27 trails open. How many trails does the ski resort have? Well, let's think to ourselves. Is 27 the part or the whole? Well, only 60% are open, and that is 27. So 27 is our part. That is our A. A equals P percent. So our percent is 60, so we write that as a decimal. So 0.6 or 0.60 times our base or our whole. Now we solve for that base. We have to divide by 0.6 on both sides, and we'll get B equals about 45. So our answer is 45 trails. They have 45 trails. Your turn. A plane, neither, flies with 54% of its seats empty. If 81 seats are empty, what is the total number of seats on the plane? Try this on your own. Well, 81 is the part, so it is our A, equals 0.54 times our base or our whole. Divide both sides by 0.54. And B equals 150, and we label that as seats. There are 150 seats on the plane. Now to find a part. We want to know what number is 39% of 377. In the last examples, we were finding the whole. So to find a part, it's actually much easier. The part is A. Of 377, that's our whole. So change 39 to 0.39 times 377. And now we just multiply. 0.39 times 377. A equals 147.03. And then we're done. It's your turn. 27% of 60 is what number? So we should take A equals 0.27 times 60. So A should equal 16.2. And finally, we can find a percent using our equation. Of 3,072 teens surveyed, 2,212 say they read for fun. What percent of the teens surveyed say they read for fun? Well, our part is 2,212, and our whole is 3,072. So we do our part, 2,212, equals our percent times our whole, 3,072. Now we divide to get P by itself. Divide by 3,072. Divide by 3,072. And P will equal 0.72. Now we have to turn that into a percent. So move the decimal 2 places to the right, and we'll get 72%. Try this one. It rained 75 days last year. About what percent of the year was raining? Remember, there are 365 days in a year. So we should say 75 equals P times 365. Divide both sides by 365. And we should get P equals 0.205. Turn that into a percent, and we get 20.5%. What's the difference between using the percent equation and using proportions to solve percent problems? Here's the answer. There's really no difference. You can use whichever one you prefer. And to be quite honest with you, I actually switch back and forth. I like the percent equation if I know the percent and I'm trying to find a part. I like proportions pretty much any other time. So you can use whichever one you prefer most of the time. Here's your assignment, and we will have a quiz following this.